Any moment now, Texas search and rescue efforts following the devastating flooding in the central part of the state, and we'll bring that to you as soon as it starts. But right now, we know at least 120 people are dead and 170 others are missing, and we could get an update on those numbers in just a moment. Meanwhile, Central Texas communities, as you can imagine, they are mourning the loss of so many lives. Kerrville residents, they gathered in prayer yesterday to honor the flood victims. Students and families prayed and they sang, with some of them hugging and holding back tears. Again, this is in Kerrville, which is in Kerr County. That is where the vast majority of flood victims died. Let's get to CBS News reporter Karen Hua. She's reporting live from Kerrville, Texas. Karen, thank you once again for joining us today. You've been monitoring the search and rescue efforts for days. So what's the latest on the ground where you are?
Well, good to be with you, Mugo. We know that FEMA is boots on the ground here in Kerrville today. FEMA, along with the Small Business Administration, they've opened this disaster recovery center. It's at a local church, and all day long and in the upcoming days, they're going to be providing face-to-face assistance with victims' families and survivors, whether that's physical things they need like food, clothing, bottled water, or just emotional and mental support. We are in day 7 of this continued search, and while officials, they haven't come out right and said that this is a recovery mission, unfortunately hope is dwindling as the days go on, and it's just really difficult to imagine what the total death toll may be. Mugo.
Karen, thank you so much. Just in time, by the way, because we are now hearing from officials in Kerrville, Texas. So let's listen to what they have to say.
Response. I know those are things that our community has seen, and we felt it was important to share that with the public. This morning's briefing will be a little bit more to the point. The response here in Kerr County continues to expand as the mission becomes more technical. There's more than 2,100 responders on the ground here from state, local, and federal agencies working to reunite victims with families. 10 states have sent specially trained teams to our community, and 2 more states are en route. As I know many of you have reported, the governor, lieutenant governor, and the Speaker of the House are strongly committed to helping our community. And we're grateful that they're making our recovery a priority in the upcoming special legislative session. Our city of Kerrville and Kerr County leadership are committed to a transparent and full review of processes and protocols. The special session is going to be a starting point for that work, but our entire focus since day 1 has been on rescue and reunification, which leads me to our latest report. As of 8 a.m. this morning, there have been 96 confirmed deaths, 60 adults, and 36 children. The number of missing remains at 161, and there remain 5 campers and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic among the missing. If family members had reported a loved one missing and they've returned safely, we ask that you notify us through kerrvillemissing@dps.texas.gov or call 830-258-1111. Again, that's kerrvillemissing@dps.texas.gov or call 830-258-1111. Additionally, the state of Texas, FEMA, the Small Business Administration have opened a disaster recovery center here in Kerrville for those who have been affected by the storms. It's currently open at the First Baptist Church here in Kerrville at 625 Washington Street. It'll be open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. The Individual Assistance Program can provide financial support for things like medical and dental assistance, vehicle damage, housing, child care, and replacing essential items, even for non-residents who were impacted by the floods. You can visit disasterassistance.gov, use the FEMA app, or call 1-800-621-3362. And again, that's disasterassistance.gov. Use the FEMA app or call 1-800-621-3362. And in closing, I'd like to say one more time, on behalf of our unified command here in Kerr County, how appreciative we are for the help since this tragedy took place. People from all over Texas, all over the country, continue to show their support in so many ways, and we are thankful. And with that, I'll take a few questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Morgan Chesky, NBC News. Did the inability of police radios to communicate directly with county radios hamper rescue or recovery efforts as those waters rose?
I don't have any information to that point. Yes, sir.
Jason Allen, CBS News. Given that you still have people who live in this area, what's different? What changes have been made to ensure you get heavy rain again a week from now, a month from now, you don't wind up in the same situation?
I think that's an important question, and as we are aware, we've been very weather alert throughout the entirety of this, and that's something that we're going to be looking at. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Anth Johns, News 4 San Antonio. What can you tell us about the current search area, how large it is, how much of it has been searched, and how exactly does the grid system work for something like this?
Say the last part of your question again, please.
How does the grid system work for a disaster like this?
Okay, so the grid system, I'm not a search and rescue recovery expert, so I don't want to speak out of turn, but it is a methodical search which ensures that every area in an area to be searched is covered and searched and that no stone is left unturned. Unfortunately, I don't have a exact number of how many miles of river that we've searched or how many people who have been out there. I just don't have that information for you, but I'm happy to follow up.
Sir,
Tammy?
last question. This will be last question.
Yes. Are there messages that we as a collective media are not getting out there? For example, are you hindering some searches? What can we tell people who want to come up with big equipment to help search or remove debris? Hasn't that been a problem?
I don't want to say it's been a problem because we're so grateful for the amount of people who want to come to this community to help. And we've had people from all over the state and all over the country volunteer their services and say, I have a front end loader, I have a boat, I have this. Groups and individuals, but it's important that we have certified professional search teams out there right now. We have compiled a database of volunteers who have made themselves available, and if and when that time comes that we are able to call upon them, we will be calling upon them. In the short term, I believe that all of our basic needs are being met, both through the federal and state response and the support that we've been getting, as well as this community rising up in a really unprecedented way to show their support for all of us here. Thank you very much.
That's the end of the press conference. If you are not receiving emails from the Joint Information Center.
All right, so you were just hearing from officials there in Central Texas, giving us an update about where things are so far, especially when it comes to recovery efforts, search efforts. We're told right now 161 people, they are still missing. So we're going to go back to Karen Hua in Kerrville, Texas for us. And Karen, one of the questions I was actually going to ask you, they mentioned as well, but what more can you tell us about the disaster center that is now open in the area?
Well, Mugo, like we talked about earlier, FEMA is boots on the ground today. They've opened this disaster recovery center, this space that's supposed to help survivors and victims' families. I guess I don't even think you can call it good news, but the number of missing in Kerr County has not changed as of yesterday. So that at least is, I suppose, neutral news, is just a sad fact. So that hasn't changed as of yet, but we know the search continues on to day 7 here in Kerrville. But still we know about 170 are missing across the entire state. And they reiterated of those missing are 5 campers and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic.
Yeah, hard to say good news, but at least it's something positive coming out of all of this sadness and devastation. And I understand we're learning more about some of the early attempts to warn residents in some of these areas. What do we know about that?
Yeah, so CBS News, we spoke to a former IT administrator who's the one who installed Kerr County's Code Red alert system. So showing you this graphic, just note the timestamps we've put on the screen showing when these emergency dispatches were sent and the amount of time that was passing. Take a listen to what he had to tell us.
Is there any way we can send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
Standby, we have to get that approved with our supervisor.
The river is completely swollen and there is a car with occupants in it floating down the river, ma'am. We've got one female pulled out of the water.
So as you can hear, the distress in that emergency dispatcher's voice, calling for help, asking if they can issue a code red. But we know it wasn't until hours later until a code red was actually issued. So these are certainly questions that residents and us as reporters have for local officials, something we really hope that they can give us a direct answer to soon. Mugo?
Yeah, so many questions remain, and not just the distress in his voice, it's also him talking about the car that was being swept away with people inside, and we get to see that as he's mentioned. It's just a very devastating and sad situation out there. Karen Hua, thank you so much once again for your reporting. Texas officials, they gave an update just now about those deadly floods that devastated the central part of the state.